Fair use and content disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily reflect that of the Psychological Association of the Philippines and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions expressed by the guests do not necessarily reflect that of the host, the show, and the organization. Fair use is the copyright regulation that allows the limited use of copyrighted materials without acquiring permission from the right holders for comment and educational purposes. Views, articles, and images on this episode may contain copyrighted material which has not always been specifically authorized by the copyright owner.
This is being broadcasted to the Teaching Psychology Special Interest Group's social media platforms, when available. If you have any questions for our guests, simply comment on this video and we will try to accommodate all your inquiries. Note that after this broadcast, we may no longer be able to answer your questions. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Live from the Philippines, Dr. Reyes and Professor Moniq Muyargas, Chairperson and Co-Chairperson of the Teaching Psychology SIG.
Live na ba tayo? Hi everyone, welcome to our pilot episode for today. Hello Moniq, how are you in Iloilo?
Hello Dr. Ver. Hello to everyone who's watching. How are you? We're well and good in Iloilo.
Okay, kami nakatanggap na kami ng ayuda from everyone. Kayo ba nakatanggap na sa mga viewers natin? Meron bang nakatanggap na ng mga ayuda? I-comment na lang nila, no, kung na sila ng ayuda. Okay, so puntahan na natin, bakit ba natin to ginagawa, Moniq? Ano ba yung goal natin? Bakit natin to ni-launch, no? Una, because today is dapat today yung Congress natin, no? Yung National Psychology Teachers Congress. Shout out kay Dr. Michelle Ong, of the Psychology Department from UP Diliman. Yes. So, nag-cancel tayo kasi nga, COVID, ganyan. But, how else or why are we actually doing this? Do you know ba?
Kasi naman, we also need to reach out to our teachers despite nagka-COVID, tsaka na-cancel yung Congress. We also need to reach out to them because we know that we need to help each other coming this school year.
Right. And so, what we're going to do for the next few weeks, we'll invite some guests and we'll try to ask their thoughts and opinions. How do we teach ba several psychology courses? I think because of COVID-19, we're all forced, no? Especially nung March. Kayo ba nung March nag-online teaching pa ba kayo? Or were you forced? Or may transition period ba sa UP nung time na yun?
Well, we were asked to stop, no? Kasi we need to make sure that our students are safe and our teachers are safe. And then we made necessary adjustments. But definitely, later on, we had to resume. But remote learning na lang talaga to keep everybody safe. Kayo, sa Marikina?
Sa amin, nagkaroon ng changes. We needed, kasi wala naman kaming, hindi kami virtually parang capable, parang most of our classes would be face-to-face pa rin, no?
Yes.
And that's the reason why medyo mahirap for many of our faculty members kasi hindi naman kami sanay, no, na magturo bigla online.
True.
Some of the faculty members are actually able to use Facebook groups kasi karamihan din ng mga students namin didn't have access to learning management systems like Moodle or Google Classroom. So parang medyo malaki yung adjustment with that. And so we're going to actually invite several faculty members, no, na nakapag-experience ng pagtuturo last SEM because they continued teaching on an online platform. But mukhang dahil wala pa naman talaga tayong vaccine or immediate na solution, most of our schools will actually go to a different mode, no, of delivering our lessons. No? So, I guess yun lang, no, may mga, yung goal lang natin for this, for these series, for these webisodes, is to help our faculty members, our faculty from different schools, from different regions, to have ideas on how do we teach or how do we bring back our face-to-face, our physical classrooms to the virtual world. And I
Yes.
think ang hirap kasi yung iba, 'di ba, magpaplano pa lang. And this is, I guess, a good time. June and July, some are still starting out, no, their school year. Hindi ko lang sure lahat naman yata magsa-start by August, end of August or by September. So this would be a good time for them to actually plan, think about how they would be able to teach different psychology courses, whether online or offline, or whether using the internet or not. Kasi gusto naman natin inclusive din tayo pagdating sa mga students natin at sa mga stakeholders natin, di ba? So yun yung important para doon. O, di ba? Yung mga
And also, we need to take into consideration yung maraming realities, no? Hindi naman pare-pareho yung reality. So although we're setting these webinar series for you guys, we also need to take into consideration yung sarili nating uniqueness sa ating community, sa ating school. So it's not a one-size-fits-all mode, no? You might want to get insights and ideas. So, hindi lahat mapa-perfect in one shot. So, we hope that this webinar series can actually help you in delivering your lessons, whether virtually, remotely, or in a blended form of learning.
Okay, so very good. So before we actually start with how these lessons are, siguro dapat i-familiarize natin yung mga terms na madalas naririnig natin, let's say sa news or sa different articles na nababasa natin on social media. So what we'll do for today, it's just a primer on how do we teach ba virtually, and what are the different modes ba na madalas natin naririnig. And then perhaps our viewers can comment if they have questions later on. Ano ba yung mga insights din nila, comments, suggestions, and yon. No? So, without further ado, I'll go na straight to our short lang ba to? Very short lang naman na lecture na titignan natin para malaman natin ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng distance education. All right, so
take it away.
Thank you. So you guys, if you are ready already, subukan natin ito, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's go! Sige, so sisimulan natin ng ano ba yung mga different terms. Okay. Hindi pa pala ako nakikita. Sige. So let me share my screen first, and let's see how do we actually teach ba virtually. No? So I think one of the kailangan nating makita is, ito yung madalas na concern, no, ng mga different faculty members. No? Ano ba yung mga technology that we're actually using in distance learning? How do we design learning activities? And then also, ano yung content na tinitignan natin? How do we assess ng learning outcomes? And then, syempre, kailangan natin ng learner and instructors support. So, each one, hindi ko na yan mapupuntahan bawat isa, but these are the basic siguro that you need to consider if you are part of the planning na kailangan with how to bring ba, or how do we bring distance education to your schools. No? So, ano yung mga technologies available perhaps in your school, or the lack of it. And then we also look at how do we design ba the learning activities. Kasi dati noon, magpapagdala mo sila ng mga materials, mapaglalagyan mo sila ng mga group activity. So ngayon, because of physical distancing, hindi na rin natin siya magagawa. And then, ano yung content? Ano ba yung nilalaman, no, ng mga different lessons natin? And then, I guess yung assessment, marami sa inyo siguro magtatanong, paano yun? No? Ang dali-daling magkopyahan kung sa classroom nga lang. Ang daling, kayang magkopya ng mga tao, ng mga students. Paano pa pag online learning? And then, what kind of support do we actually look at? So, this is the outline that we will be talking about. I'll just talk about first the definitions for today. And then, let's look at the timeline of distance education. Parang very foreign, no, yung distance education sa marami sa atin. And then, why or what would be the reason why we would like to go to open and distance education? And then, we'll probably go to some tips and walk through for your questions and answers later on. Okay. So, ano ba yung unang lagi nating naririnig? So, CHED actually endorsed flexible learning. No? Ang sinasabi nito is teaching and learning anytime, anywhere. It's a practice sa formal education na ang tinitignan natin dito, yung flexibility ng requirements. So, many of us actually became very flexible, no, sa paglabas ng requirements natin, especially nung unang nagkaroon ng ECQ at MECQ. Of course, yung time, no, hindi na pwedeng pumasok sa oras ng klase, so kailangan magkaroon ng flexibility or changes or modifications. Yung location of study, nag-iba rin, no, naging from the classroom, naging social media, naging Facebook, naging through other means like YouTube and other Google Classrooms and Moodle as well. Siyempre, naging flexible din tayo in terms of teaching. Kasi yung iba medyo natakot, or hindi naman natakot, pero nagkaroon ng pagbabago pagdating sa kailangan mag-online, live, akong magturo, no, para nakikita ko din kung ano yung mga reactions ng mga students. So Zoom was very, very popular during this time. And then assessment, how do we now grade our students? So yung mga quizzes na binibigay natin sa classroom, some of them became, let's say, research papers or parang summative or formative assessments na lang. And of course, certification as well, no? Marami sa mga graduates natin ng 2020 ang hindi nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na umakyat ng stage. However, sana, hindi ko alam kung ilan yung mga schools na yun, sana napag-graduate ang marami sa inyo kahit magkaroon man lang ng diploma or certificate of graduation, because it is very important, no? In terms of looking for a job right now. We're very fortunate, for example, in Marikina City, na yung mayor namin actually requested na dapat ma-release na kagad yung mga credentials ng mga bata for them to be able to find work or job or employment as soon as the ECQ or the quarantine has been lifted. Kasi dahil nga, syempre hindi naman lahat ay nakakariwasa din sa buhay. Now, accordingly, ang sinasabi nila, if you notice, flexible learning is learner-centered. No? Hindi to bago sa maraming schools, kasi ito naman talaga yung pinupuntahan o tinutungo ng marami sa atin. No? We wanted to have a learner-centered approach covering different delivery modes. So yung iba na, for example, in our case, yung ibang mga walang ability na mag-email or walang data, okay, they were actually allowed, no, to pass hard copies. Pero syempre, may Dropbox na lang sa school kung saan nila ipapadala. It includes distance education, mixed mode delivery, e-learning, online learning, and usually this is self-paced and self-directed learning. Ano naman yung open learning, no? According to some definitions, it's an approach to learning na meron, again, flexibility and choice over what, when, and what pace, where, and how they learn. So, some of these can be seen dun sa mga massive online, open and online resources, or MOOCs yung sometimes na tinatawag sa kanila. Ito yung mga parang, usually, may mga bayad, pero yung iba naman din free. So, it's up to you on how you would like to pace your schedules, on how fast or how slow you would be able to finish the course. it's actually a philosophy of education. No? So pag sinabi nating open learning, filosofiya ito na gusto natin maging open ang education sa lahat ng tao, sa iba't ibang lugar, sa pagkakataon o pagkakaroon ng ibang method and other ideas. So it's actually a philosophical approach on how we look at education. So, for example, many of our open universities, ang tinitignan dito, dapat lahat may kakayahan na makapag-aral kasi karapatan yon ng bawat isa sa atin. No? So, however, hindi yun yung reality, no? Kasi meron tayong distance na pinag-uusapan, mamamasahe ka, kailangan mo ng uniform, for example. So it gives actually accessibility to more students, particularly for non-traditional learners. It looks at independence of learning location. So hindi ito nakabase sa isang classroom, hindi ito nakabase sa physical facilities. No? It also talks about the methodological flexibility in terms of how we teach and how we learn and where it will take place. And this talks about an open and free exchange of ideas. So medyo egalitarian tong philosophy na to. Ano naman yung distance education? Pag pinag-uusapan naman natin yung distance education, ito naman yung ang parang defining no na characteristics of a distance education is that they are physically separated most if not all the time. No? So pag sinabi natin, nag-e-espouse tayo ng distance education, ang tinitignan natin dito yung physical separability o pagiging separate nung instructor or nung faculty in charge with your students. No? So hindi lahat ng online learning o hindi lahat ng modes of delivery, ito yung ginagamit, no? So sometimes meron tayong mga supplementary materials that we actually share to our students. But nagkikita pa rin naman kayo talaga most of the time sa school. So hindi yon kino-consider masyado na distance education, no? So it's contrasted with face-to-face classroom-based instruction. So according to Moore and Kersley in 2004, ito yung kanilang definition. It's planned learning. Okay? So, pinaplano siya, intentional, deliberate, no? And normally occurs in different places from teaching and requires special techniques, of course, design. So, hindi komot nag-transfer tayo kagad sa paggamit ng Zoom, kagad distance education na kagad siya, no? Kasi may special techniques kung paano mo dinidesign talaga. Again, deliberate yung pagde-design natin ng curriculum at ng course, no? May special instructional techniques, may methods of communication, pwedeng electronic or other technology, as well as special organizational and administrative arrangements. So, hindi to, kasi baka mamaya iniisip ng mga tao, dahil nag-YouTube naman ako or nag-live kagad ako, ano kagad yun, distance education, no? Usually, meron tayong mga administrative arrangements, and I think ito yung important when we're trying to migrate to a different mode for the next coming semesters or for this semester at least, kasi kailangan natin ng administrative support talaga dito, particularly in terms of your learning management system. Okay, ano naman yung e-learning? Kadalasan tinatawag natin tong technology-supported learning. And usually, tinatawag din siyang online learning. Although, medyo magkaiba sila. No? Yung and supported through the use of information and communication technology. Either interactive whiteboards, yan, mga digital cameras. So, yung paggamit mo pa lang ng mga projector, may gumagamit pa ba ng mga LCD projector? O taas yung kamay, mapaghahalataan yung mga age natin dito, no? Yung ibang students natin, hindi yata alam kung ano yung LCD projector. So, may mga, anong tawag doon, Moniq? Transparency ba yon? Yung parang film na transparent. O, transparency nga yata yun. Tapos, ipoproject yon sa screen, no? Tapos, hiram-hiram pa. So, ang laki-laki nun. Technically, e-learning siya, no? Kasi gumagamit ka ng mga ganong technology to be able to communicate your lessons. So, Tapos naging projector, naging AVRs. Ewan ko kung naabutan yung mga Betamax, mga slideshows, mga ganyan. So it may take place in a campus-based instruction and or in a DE context, no, in a distance education context. These modes would also include e-learning in the classroom, online learning, and also blended learning. Okay. So, ano naman yung online learning? Dahil online siya, tinatawag naman siya, or medyo distinct siya from other e-learning tools because it uses the internet to access learning materials. Okay? So, may paggamit na ng internet dito. And I think this is where many of our faculty members and students would also have problems kasi lalo na dito sa Pilipinas, no? Very unstable at medyo mahal yung ating internet services, no? At ginagamit to interact with the content. So, si student, paano niya kukunin yung learning materials, yung instructors, at ito yung mahalaga, siguro nakakalimutan natin, no? Yung other learners. Kasi sa classroom, meron kang mga friends, meron kang ka-groupmate. Pero dito, nawawala yung ating mga, sometimes yung online learning, nawawala yung pagiging interactive. No? It also talks about how we obtain support during the learning process and how we acquire the knowledge, personal meaning, and to grow from that learning experience. So isang type lang to ng distance education, pero hindi lahat ng online learning ay distance education. So component siya, pwede rin on a campus-based education. Ano naman yung home-based? Kasi yung iba siguro, baka ito yung, lalo na siguro for basic education, no, yung home-based or homeschooling, baka option din to. Ito naman, madalas ginagamit to to have equal access for other learners for basic education. At kadalasan ginagawa to sa bahay, kaya nga siya homeschooling or home-based. Pero yung medyo concern ng ibang tao, paano yun, no, kung nasa bahay lang? Kadalasan po or mas madalas ginagamit ito or pinapatupad to by qualified parents, guardians, and tutors na nag-undergo ng training. So meron ding, again, deliberate ito, no? At merong mga modules na kukunin sa isang center or sa isang provider, and then that's how you administer it sa bahay. There are also what we call your modular instruction. No? It talks about an alternative instructional design naman, looking at developed instructional materials base sa mga pangangailangan naman ng bata. No? So students are engaged in learning concepts na nakalagay dun sa module, and this actually develops daw a sense of responsibility sa pagtapos ng isang module. So I guess yung isa sa mga dapat tignan ng mga magulang ngayon, particularly when we transfer to a distance learning environment or remote teaching and learning, mahalaga yung ginagampanan ng mga magulang, mahalaga yung ginagampanan ng pamilya sa pag-aaral ng mga bata, no? At sa palagay ko, ito din yung paraan na makikita natin sa mga bata na kailangan they can work independently with very minimal supervision, particularly sa mga college students na kadalasan ay mga students natin ngayon. So medyo mahirap maging tatamad-tamad dahil wala kang ibang pwedeng kapitan or wala kang pwedeng pagkopyahan, no? At kailangan matapos ito in a very short period of time without necessarily having someone to guide us. No? Sige. At yung huli, I think this is the last part, the last of the definitions, is what we call naman blended learning. No? It's an approach combining face-to-face meetings with, again, deliberately designed online activities. May online discussion forums, meron din siyang, para makapag-discuss tayo ng particular topic outside the regular class hours. So sometimes yung iba sa atin, ito yung ginagawa, no? If you have Facebook groups or chats, ito yung nagagawa natin. So it integrates face-to-face, oral communication, and online written and online communication. Ito yung parang major defining moment sa kanya. Pero, again, tinitignan natin yung blended learning as it's strategic, it's systematic, combining the time and the mode of learning, at tinitignan mo or paano mo ini-integrate yung best aspect ng face-to-face learning with the appropriate information and communication technology. So, ano yung mahalaga dito? Hindi komot nag-online ka, okay, or gumamit ka ng communication technology, blended learning na agad yon. No? Kailangan deliberate. So, at the start of our course, meron ka na kagad activities that they will be doing, let's say, an online discussion forum, kasi parte yon talaga ng ginigradean mo. Hindi siya backup, hindi siya parte lang ng dahil naisip mo lang o kulang ka lang ng oras. Okay? So, strategic and systematic. Hindi pa pala. Okay. So, yung huli, and I think this is what is espoused by the UP Open University, no? Is open and distance e-learning. So, it's actually combining the different aspects of the philosophy of open learning, using distance education and the use of communication and technology, no, sa bigay ng course content, sa pagtuturo, sa delivery of instruction, at sa pagkatuto at certification ng mga students, no? So, ito yung madalas na tinitignan nila. So, it's a combination of open learning, distance education, and e-learning, particularly online learning. If I remember, siguro if someone from Open University, ang alam ko meron din kasi silang time that they ask their students to come to a particular testing center, tapos dun magte-test yung student, no? So, meron pa ring physical presence para maagapan o matignan or ma-assess ng maayos yung mga bata to ensure, no, yung credibility ng ating mga exams. Okay, so basically, ito yung tinitignan natin na framework. So later on, I'll talk about what synchronous and asynchronous is. And it looks also at what on-campus design and delivery and online campus. So may kita nyo yung online learning, no, on your on the top right, nandun si online learning. And then your traditional on-campus learning is the one at the bottom left, no? And then your blended learning is the one naman na nasa center. So, para siyang Venn diagram. So, yung pinaka, I think, no, na medyo compromise with a lot of institutions would be to use blended learning, whether nagkakabagyo man or hindi. Prior to COVID-19, ito yung madalas na parang pinaka-acceptable sa atin. So, these are the technologies used, no, according to Taylor in 2001 in distance education. So, nagsimula yung distance education talaga in terms of correspondence education using print and postal technologies. A few days ago, I was watching parang a YouTube video about European royalties. Tapos yung isang queen doon of Poland, I think, parang ang gusto niyang mangyari is maging enlightened yung kanyang mga nasasakupan sa kanyang kingdom, no? And she was very interested about several philosophies, no? So may mga correspondence siya, nagsusulatan sila with other philosophers and other teachers or instructors. So yung pagsusulatan, in psychology, may ganyan din, I think. Hindi ko lang sure kung si Freud ba yon o si Freud and the other psychodynamic theorists. Diba? They would normally correspond with each other, talk about particular cases. So nagsisimula talaga, yon actually is part of distance education kasi nagko-correspond kayo, nag-uusap kayo through writing, and that's basically where it actually began. No? The second is when mass media or mass media-based education was introduced, no, because of technology. So, kadalasan dyan yung television and radio and film. So, yung Chinese universities, dito sila nag-start, yung radio, TV, universities. I think pwede rin natin tignan dito yung mga Batibot, Sesame Street, by using mass media as a tool, no, to educate our viewers. And then we also have telelearning, yung use naman of conferencing and conferencing technologies using text, audio, video, and web conferencing. Parang ganito, no, or yung Zoom. Then we also have intelligent, flexible learning, no, using computer-mediated communication. So, pupunta ka sa isang website and then you answer several questions and then that's where you learn, no, your particular lessons. And then you also have flexible learning, use of campus portals, CMCs, ang may mga ganon, with automated response systems. At yun yung tinatawag nating multimedia na kadalasan online or massive open online courses. So yung mga Coursera sometimes or courses offered by UP Open University. I'm not sure with the other universities, no, pero sila yung mas maraming, I'm more familiar with them. Anderson and Illumi in 2004 also talks about it, no, in terms of technology. So halos pareho sila ng sinasabi ni Taylor in 2001. Others, si Downs naman, would look at online learning in terms of these 6 generations, no, or 5 generations in general. So, placing learning content online, yun yung generation 0 niya. And then you have network learning using bulletin boards and email to communicate. That's generation 1. Generation 2 naman, engaging in synchronous real-time communication. So parang what we're doing right now, no? Medyo synchronous. So if you have questions, yan yung medyo synchronous. Introduction of CMS and LMS. So nagpuput ng content and communication at the same online environment. So like open universities. Okay? E-learning 2.0 or where learners authoring content na at dinidistribute to the different networks using software, mobile, and the rise of open content like Facebook. And then yun nga, yung massive open online courses. No? And these are distributed technology and distributed knowledge that results to more connectivism. So dito makikita natin, yung teacher, hindi na lang siya yung center talaga. No? Siya yung nagde-design, pero mas napupunta yung responsibility of learning distributed to different stakeholders, pero mas learner-centered siya. Kasi si student yung gagawa ng pacing, siya yung iintindi, siya yung magda-download, at siya yung magpo-produce, no, ng particular knowledge. And then the Anderson naman and Dron looked at the pedagogical generation. So ano naman yung tinitignan dito? Paano nagbabago yung paraan ng pagtuturo natin? So nagsimula siya in a cognitive behaviorist generation. So knowledge transmission. Si teacher, nagtuturo kay student, okay? Tinitignan natin yung structure ng content using instructional systems, and very minimal yung social presence, no? Looking at learning as an individual process. At tinitingnan natin yung reduced teacher presence. So teacher-learner interaction using summative assessment. Eventually, nagbo-move tayo towards a social constructivist generation. So nagke-create na tayo ng community of learners. No? May emphasis na on interaction and dialogue. Hindi na lang tayo nagtuturo, tapos yung student natuturuan o may natututunan, nagke-create na rin siya ng, because of that interaction, because of that dialogue, meron tayong tinitignan o yung nagko-construct na ng sariling knowledge si student. Okay? And then the last would be your connectivist, tama ba? Last ba to? Okay. Connectivist generation is yung producage, no? You're producing for usage. You're producing and consumption of educational content through your network. So, aside from learning, paano mo ngayon siya magagamit for the benefit of other people? So, kung makikita nyo yung pedagogical generations, parang ganito din when we do research, no? We first learn about basic concepts. Okay? And then we create those meanings, we create those interpretations when we gather your data. And then, para saan ba? Ano ba yung significance nitong research na to? At ito yung tinitignan din natin in terms of education. So we teach them, di ba, yung mga first year, second year, very basic yung concepts na tinuturo natin. And then eventually, anong meaning ng let's say, p-value, no? Anong meaning ng ganitong stay 9 level. And then what does it mean? And why do we actually do it? Para saan ba to? Bakit ba tayo nag-aaral ng psychology? Okay, so ano yung tinitignan lang natin? No? May change tayo in emphasis from a course content, from a high quality pre-designed materials and mostly written text correspondence. Nagmo-move tayo to a more connection, real-time structured discussions, using adaptive teaching responses. And then eventually, mas community na yung tinitignan natin. No? Aiming for group synergies like what we espouse here in the Teaching Psychology Special Interest Group to enable self-interest and group interest behaviors. Sa mga nagtatanong pala, baka mamaya may manghingi sa amin ng certificate. Wala pong certificate ito. Web series to. Pero we would like to think that we are a community of learners. No? So parang kahit walang certificate, go. Kasi gusto natin mag-invest sa sarili natin, makakaroon ng connections or networks with other people to learn more and to teach more, no, other people. Okay. So, some observations lang na makikita ninyo, walang generation that provided all the answers, and each has built on the foundations of its predecessors. Similar with research, no? Hindi na uubos yung tanong. But what we do is we build upon the shoulders of giants, no? Rather than replacing the earlier prototype, nagko-coexist ng mga generations na to. So, wag nating isipin na hindi pa pwede yung correspondence. Pwede pa rin siya, lalo na, again, sabi nga ni Moniq kanina, we want to be more inclusive. So, paano yung mga walang access sa internet? No? Paano pa rin sila matututo? Paano pa rin natin makukuha yung ating assessment from them? No? So for each mode of engagement, there are different types of knowledge, learning, and contexts that must be applied. There is a demand, no, for educators and students to be skilled and informed to select the best mix of pedagogy and technology. Lalo na ngayon, no? What would work for you and what wouldn't work for you? Parang, sabi nga ni Moniq kanina, walang best,
One size fits all. Hindi one size fits all.
One size fits all. Walang
Oo.
ganon, Mars. No? Hindi tayo pwede pare-pareho kasi hindi tayo pare-pareho ng access,
Realities.
no? At realities. Yun. So again, the role of a cognitive, behaviorism, constructivist, and connectivist theories of learning, important siya to understand how people can learn more effectively. So very psych to, no? Yung paggamit, yung meaning making, how do we change behavior, and perhaps social psych din, how do we learn ba from other people? Okay? So why do we want to go for an open and distance education? Hindi to shame plugging, hindi ko pina-plug na mag-open and distance education. What I just wanted to show lang is that according to Daniel kasi in 2009, sabi niya, may iron triangle daw for traditional universities. No? Meron tayo, if you can see the figure, the photo, merong accessibility, efficiency, and quality. No? So, ang goal ng open and distance education is to broaden access and to reach the unreached. Pero kung ang i-require mo ay mag-online sila, hindi mo na-reach yung unreached. Diba? Parang eventually, nadi-discriminate mo yung ibang tao. No? So ang goal is to improve quality, to reduce the cost, and to achieve cost effectiveness. So ito yung tatlong tinitignan doon. Ano yung quality na matututunan? Efficiency, meaning sapat ba yung nabibigay natin? Enough ba yung kinikita ng isang eskwelahan? Enough ba yon sa pinapasweldo? At the same time, accessibility. No? So, sabi niya, hindi pa pwedeng tatlo at any given time, you can only have two, but not all three. Okay? So, any two of the following, so for example, flexible access, quality learning and experience, and cost effectiveness can be achieved, pero hindi all at the same time. lagi tayong may trade-off. Okay? Among the three key elements. Triangle daw has a fixed length perimeter. So pag nag-move yung isa, naapektuhan yung isa. Okay? So for example, this one, no? Ang goal, no? So kung equal, at tama ba yan, Monique? Sorry, hindi ako kasi geometry major. Baka equilateral ba tawag doon? Pag all angles, tama ba?
Yes.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, pag
Collateral.
tumataas yung ng access and quality or cost yung binapabaliit mo, nag-iiba, no? Yung ibang desired states mo. Okay? So, for example, yung massification daw, katulad ng massive online, open and online courses, no? Pag mas marami ka daw students, mas magbaba yung quality. Kasi sa atin, di ba, pag sa classroom natin, ang dami mo ng estudyante, from 30 naging 50, medyo mahirap na nga naman i-monitor. So what more kung libo yung mga nag-enroll, no, sa isang online course, for example. And yung isang concern is, because you're not sharing the same physical space, paano mo nalaman na yung student mo hindi nandadaya o student mo talaga siya, 'di ba? Hindi ko alam sa inyo, pero sa ibang schools kasi 'di ba kailangan mong pakita yung reg form, 'di ba? How do you know ba if ikaw ay student, 'di ba? So kailangan makita ni teacher physically. Kaya nga yung ibang mga faculty natin, may grade yung attendance kasi hindi ka pumapasok, hindi ka student. 'Di ba? Ganun yung ibang thinking ng iba. So, the triangle represents ideals of different stakeholders. So, tignan natin, di ko alam kung may magre-reply. Sana may mag-reply. Okay. So, ang cost, okay? So, mamimili kayo, management, student, teacher. Ang cost, kanino bang aspiration yon? Ibig sabihin, concern nila to, yung cost of education or cost of an educational institution. May nagre-reply ba? Parang wala namang nagre-reply. Okay. So, ang cost ng aspiration ng cost or pag-reduce talaga ng cost is actually the admin. Okay. Ang goal ng administration, okay, or management, sabi ni Ma'am
Veronica.
Ma'am Veronica, is the administration. Ang goal talaga niyan, magtipid. Kasi, ang dami niya ginagastos. Yun talaga yung goal niya. Kung makakatipid ako sa kuryente, makakatipid ako sa pagpapatayo ng classroom, yan. Yan ang pinaka-aspiration niya. What about, quality? Okay? Quality is the aspiration of what? Administration, students, or teachers, or faculty. Tingnan natin. Let's give some time for people to answer. So, ang quality. Okay.
Sabi ni EJ. Bilis ni EJ,
Oo. Okay. Ano daw? Ang quality
Teachers.
ay faculty. Hindi students. Wala masyadong pakialam yung students. Kung hindi masyadong quality, tayo yung kaaligaga sa ganyan. Diba? Some of the questions na naririnig namin with some of our faculty, paano ko ituturo to? Diba? Paano nila matututo? Ganyan. So, at yung huli, yung access sa students yan. Okay? Paano sila makakapag-online? Paano sila makakapag-comply sa mga requirements? Okay? So, as you can see, dun sa triangle, iba-ibang stakeholders. So, kunwari, gusto ng access. Pero, for example, lalo na ngayon, meron tayong free tuition. No? Pero hindi lahat may classroom. Gagastos ang gobyerno para doon. No? Hindi pwedeng puro tuition lang yung ibibigay natin. Kasi, paano kung lahat tatanggapin mo, pero wala ka namang classroom na pupuntahan? No? So, etong mga to, lagi silang, nagdedebate, nag-aaway, nagkakatakan. Okay? Ang goals lagi nito, kadalasan, hindi ko naman sinasabi na yung admin, naku, baka mabash ako ng admin. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na yung admin, wala silang pakialam sa access at quality. But their primary concern or kadalasan lumalabas is the cost. Ang primary concern yan yung admin. Hindi naman masyadong nakikialam si student dyan kung mahal, di ba? Kaya yung iba medyo demanding din sometimes with the administration, pero si admin kasi may limitations din. Okay. So, ano ngayon yung blended online learning design or BOLD? No? So, ito daw ang isa sa mga recommendations to break out of the iron triangle. No? So, it is an alternative to traditional distance education. It combines or it uses learning management systems for asynchronous communication and desktop conferencing environment. No? So, medyo iba siya, no, departs from the classical design ng distance education and development-focused model ni Power as, number one, it allows your students and faculty to interact in a fashion na halos pareho sa campus experience. Kasi papasok pa rin naman siya eh. Pero meron ng use of web browsing functions or screen sharing. Second, it actually enables the faculty to use a thoroughly social constructivist oriented learning environment. Kasi nagko-construct, nagke-create ng meaning, no, yung ating mga students. Excuse me. And it addresses reduced accessibility for learners na hindi maaaring makapag-participate synchronously through recording of our particular sessions. So, eto siya. Yan, ganyan. Ganyan na yung kay Michael Power na figure, no? So, yung traditional, your online, and then your blended online. And then you have your blended online learning. No? So, again, hindi ko sinasabing ito ay yan yung gamitin ninyo, but it could be an option, no, for you to look at. So, ano naman yung mga caveats? Ano yung problema natin with BOLD? Alternative siya for traditional universities. At feeling ko ito yung mas makikita natin ngayon, no? Rather than adopting to a distance education platform, yung mga nagdi-distance education, for sure, hindi na yan babalik sa traditional face-to-face. Kasi mas sanay na sila doon, okay na nakita na nila yung advantages. But for traditional universities, ito yung parang pwedeng compromise, no? And to increase enrollment, important yan, lalo na ngayon, with little or no additional cost. Kasi, what will happen is, hindi mo na kailangan magpatayo pa ng classrooms. Okay? Your materials are not anymore printed, so nakakatipid ka sa pag-print. Yung mga reg form, di ba? Hindi mo na kailangan i-print yun. Diyos ko, magkano din yun. Yung ink and a lot more, no? So, it is an option for dual mode institutions. Pag dual mode, ibig sabihin, merong face-to-face, merong distance ed, or merong on-campus, merong, So, on-campus and distance education programs. So, both are needed because you have also different types of learners. May mga learners na gusto nila pumapasok. Meron namang learners na okay lang sa akin kahit hindi. The same way na yung mga employees natin, di ba? Yung iba, they don't seem to be productive. They feel that they're not productive if they're not in the office. Actually, ewan ko sa'yo, Moniq, no? Pero parang feeling ko mas busy tayo ngayon kasi walang boundaries.
True. Wala siyang office hours.
Oo di ba? Tapos hindi ka naman pwedeng magtago ngayon. Sabihin mo, ay, hindi ako pwede kasi nasa bahay ka lang talaga. At pag wala ka sa bahay, di ba maki-question ka, ba't wala ka sa bahay and stuff. So may mga ganon. It is very inclusive. It talks about, it accommodates diversity among different learners. So yung mga traditionally more marginalized dahil malalayo yung lugar or masyadong mahal kasi mamamasahe, magbabaon pa for food, nakakatulong din ito for them. And therefore, merong need, may pangangailangan for a mix of different approaches as well. Okay. So, in an Asian Foundation, the Asia Foundation Philippines, ito parang recently lang to na pinakita sa Manila Bulletin. Ito yung survey na ginawa nila. It got 1,821 respondents. Hindi lang ako sure sa methodology masyado, kung survey ba to. I think it's a survey, but I'm not sure if it's how, ano man tawag doon?
Data was gathered. How the data was gathered,
Oo, how the
whether
data
it's
was gathered, oo. Pero ito yung lumalabas. And I think some of our faculty members, some of our viewers and listeners would resonate, no? Ang lumalabas parang, paano ba magturo with distance and learning? No, 65%. 62% said that designing suitable assessments and evaluation for distance learning. It talks about preparing lessons. Kaya siguro mahirap din for a lot of faculty members kasi hindi naman tayo prepared for migrating to an online platform. No? Reproduction of materials, paano ba yun? Paano kung copyrighted? Okay? And then collecting students' work and monitoring submission. Medyo difficult to, particularly for some who are not technologically adept sa yung mga senior or seasoned faculty members natin. No? And then, of course, looking for teacher resources. Ano ba yung mga pwede nating gamitin? So, from face-to-face to online or distance learning, ito yung mga pwede nating gawin. Ito medyo personal na lang to. Before we go to our questions, so kung meron kayong mga suggestions, questions, pwede yung i-comment sa comment box. Ay, hindi pala comment box. Comment section.
comment
Parang
section. Yeah.
comment section. Okay.
Comment field.
And then we'll flash it on screen. Okay, so una, synchronously. Although hindi ko to masyadong, ako personally, hindi ko to nire-recommend, no? But these are online lectures na pwedeng pareho nung class schedule na meron kayo. Eto, kahit papano, will ensure your students will progress as scheduled. Sa Zoom, hindi ko lang alam kung hanggang ngayon ganito pa rin siya. Pero free siya for 40 minutes. Usually naman, according to research, ang span of attention ng mga students, mga 20 minutes, di ba? Na lecture, and na yun, napapagod na sila. Katulad ko, ang tagal ko na nagsasalita, I'm sure pagod na marami sa kanila. Okay. And then sometimes you can just send the link to your students and then they can join the lecture. You can also use Google Hangouts. I'm not sure if it's free. Si Facebook Live, pag free data yata, correct me if I'm wrong, Monica, or sa viewers, hindi ko kasi masyadong sure. Pero kung Facebook Live, kailangan mo ng data, perhaps.
Yes,
no?
yes.
To be able to access that. So, medyo costly to, yung synchronous learning. Medyo mahirap din siya kasi kailangan you have to be at the same time to log in. So, baka yung iba hindi pasok dun sa schedule nila and stuff. No? So, and then you have technical difficulties as well na pwedeng ma-encounter. So, what we're doing now, as of the moment, is synchronously learning. Oo. So, kaya medyo immediate yung feedback kapag may question, may question si learner, masasagot ko kagad or namin ni Moniq. Pero pag recorded na to, and you can actually review this, go back to this, so mga hindi nakakapanood sa amin ngayon, yun, tinatawag na siyang synchronously. No? So ito yung mga kailangan. You have to have a stable internet connection, access to devices, which a lot of students don't really have, and then a common time. Okay? Asynchronously naman, most teachers, if not all, kadalasan kasi prepared naman na yung materials natin. No? May PowerPoints na tayo, no? May handouts na tayo. So you can actually use Google Lens to do this. You can also convert materials to video lectures. You can use screencast. I think meron ding ganon. And then your video lectures, mga 10 to 15 minutes, you can upload it in your school's learning management system. Para medyo private. Kasi yung iba hindi naman comfortable magsalita publicly, no? Or ayaw nilang nakikita sila publicly na pati mga friends sila nakikita sila. So you can actually create a group that is private and then do your videos there and then upload it there so that other people, only the members of that group can actually see, no, kung ano yung pinupost dun sa group na yun. You can also use open access like Moodle. Sa inyo ba, Moniq, you use Moodle or?
We don't use,
wala.
usually, we do Edmodo. Meron kaming open access. I mean like sa UP na internal na ano, but it's mostly for modules already for GE subjects. So parang system-wide yan. And then yun lang for specific subjects. But to have like a free uploading, hindi pwede. So it's really advisable na yung teacher at saka yung student mag-agree kung ano yung platform na gusto nilang mag-meet or mag-upload yung teacher at pwede din silang makapag-interact. Ayan.
Yes.
Okay.
Pero kailangan mo ng magaling na tech support para yata dito. You know, to
Yeah.
para customize, parang ganyan.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure. It's open access, so I guess it's free. But yeah, you have to have a good tech support for this one. So kapag wala namang LMS or learning management system, may ibang alternative. So ako, ina-espouse ko pa rin si Facebook. Ateneo Science and Arts of Learning and Teaching. Actually, I think we shared this in our timeline. No? How do we use Facebook groups as a temporary classroom?
Yes.
Tandaan, no, yung cost na concern sa admin yan. So most probably baka, especially for some private schools, no, na walang or bababa yung kanilang enrollment, baka hindi timing yung pagkakaroon ng learning management system.
Yeah.
At this time.
Medyo expensive din yan for the admin.
Yes. Kasi like yung Google, correct me if I'm wrong, for those who are using Google Classroom, parang merong Google Education Suite, parang gano'n di ba yung meron. So you can actually check those out. There are several types of learning management systems available for other schools, no? Pero yung kung nagtitipid tayo at kailangan lang nating itawid muna, ako, isa-suggest ko si Facebook. Recently, parang we did lang a short training for some of our faculty members at PLMAR. So, parang it's, apparently sa groups pala, you can actually arrange it in units. Kasi yung groups, di ba, minsan may recent activity, old post, so naggumugulo. Units actually creates a more, if your students would go there, naka-arrange na siya, let's say per lesson, pwede mo siyang ayusin na gano'n. So you can also check that out. Sa units yung tawag niya with Facebook groups. Okay. Also, sabi nung iba kasi yung concern is how do we get the resources? Okay? Minsan kasi dito pumapasok yung copyright, di ba? Yung paano ko i-reproduce, bawal yatang i-scan and stuff, no? So there are what we call your open educational resources, and these are some of the sites or ano ba to? Parang institutions that offer open educational resources. So kung kaya nyo i-screenshot nyo na lang. Hanapin ninyo. Ang okay dito yung OER Commons. I've checked that out. So, ang matrabaho lang talaga kasi you have to sift through tons of resources, no, na meron available dito. So, because these are open educational resources, hindi naman sinasabi nito na pagkakitaan mo siya or gamitin mo siya. So, pwede mo siyang gamitin for educational purposes, particularly. So, yung rights ng Creative Commons, I think, medyo relax, no? Pagdating sa open educational resources. Okay? Sige. And then, assessment. Yung iba sa inyo siguro nagtatanong, paano natin matitignan or makikita or paano natin i-assess? Merong si UPOU na ang pangalan niya Assessment Praxis in Open and Distance E-Learning. This is an open access publication na pwede nyo i-access dito sa networks.upou. So, screenshot nyo na lang. Download nyo siya. Parang manual siya on parang how do you grade? May mga rubrics siya. How do you assess a particular activity? Kunwari, an essay, ganyan. So it's a bit easier para hindi ka medyo nahihirapan. Or kunwari discussion forum, di ba? We talked about discussion fora kanina. Paano natin i-grade yung mga students natin about it? You can also use Schoology. Ako, i-recommend ko si Schoology not because sponsor natin sila. Hindi. Kasi wala naman tayong sponsor. Pero kasi si Google Classroom, yung quizzes niya uses Google Forms. Pwede mo siyang i-randomize yung mga, kunwari multiple choice. Pwede ka mag-randomize ng choices, pero hindi siya timed. What's nice about Schoology is na pwede mong i-time na 1 minute lang niya sasagutan tong item na to. Tapos what you can do is, dahil syempre may mga students din na hindi naman lahat perfect, may magkakamali. So you can ask them to parang take the test or the quiz several times. Mag-randomize din siya ng question, mag-randomize din siya ng options, pero timed pa rin siya. And then you can choose whether to get the average score of all the try or yung highest score lang yung kukunin mo. So, check that out as well, no? Si Schoology. Ay, medyo interesting din naman siya. Pwede ka rin maglagay doon. Ang difficulty lang, again, remind ko lang sa ating mga viewers at sa ating mga listeners na yung access ng students, yung kailangan natin laging tignan. Kasi kung assessment at talagang nahihirapan tayo, I guess it talks about how do we design ba our assessment. So, sometimes, kung kunwari, like in Metro Manila, naka-GCQ na ba tayo? Tama ba?
Sa June 1 pa ata kayo.
Sa June 1, naka-GCQ na kami. So, medyo relax na yung mobility ng mga tao. So, however, hindi ibig sabihin no, na mag-mall tayo at sige mag-classroom tayo. So, what you can do is, perhaps on a certain day, you can talk to your school management. On a certain day, ito lang yung mga students na pupunta to take the quiz. No? I-sanitize yung room. Of course, it takes a lot of effort. Pero those are some of the things that you can still do naman. No? Again, ang problema naman doon, may masasakyan ba yung mga bata papunta sa school ninyo. So again, access. So kung baka yung mga iba na wala, baka yun yung pwede nilang gawin. Yung iba naman na may access to the internet, yun naman yung pwede nilang gawin. Okay, for more information, you can actually look at the UNESCO, yung Commonwealth of Learning. You can download it here. May guidelines sila of distance education during COVID-19. Recently lang siya released. There are guidelines for students, for faculty members, and for school management as well, no? May mga ganon din sila. So, screenshot nyo na siya para makita ninyo. And then, you can download it from this link. Hindi ko na nilagyan ng tiny URL kasi mahihirapan lang ako. Pero, i-type nyo lang siya, Guidelines on Distance Education during COVID-19, tapos Commonwealth of Learning, and it will appear. It's open resource, so you can actually
Download it.
Download that. No? So yun. I think yun lang. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Meron tayong pa-sound effect dapat for that kasi I think I did good naman para doon. Tama ba? Oo. So
Ayan.
So, yun. So, kung meron tayong mga questions. Na pwede natin pag-usapan kasi it's 3:19. We're supposed to end by, sige, basta may questions, sige, try natin tignan.
Okay.
Kung paano natin sila.
So, okay. First question from June Falculan. Kapag blended learning po, paano po ang preparation ng lesson? Bukod po ang prep kapag face-to-face sa online.
Oo. So, I guess you need to, if you're a faculty, you need, ako recommendation ko, no? Perhaps you can talk to each other if you are in a department or in a program. Siguro do a Zoom meeting, try to brainstorm muna. Ano ba yung mga options na meron kayo? So, yun, kunwari, yung learning management systems, assess your students, ano yung mga may access, sino yung walang access.
Yeah.
And then perhaps you can do that. Para din hindi masyadong mahirap na very individualistic kasi minsan, no, yung paggawa natin ng mga materials. I'm not saying that it should be standardized. What I'm saying, kasi nawawala naman yung academic freedom natin. But I guess what we could do is, at least at this moment, come together, think about it, what are the available options in terms of technology, ano yung access, how much it would cost. Kasi kung baka naman pa pwedeng isang account lang, pwede nang paghati-hatian ninyo or something. So, I think yun yung pwede nating tingnan, no, na preparation. Aside from ako, personally, and I think this is also very important, is to prepare our students psychologically, no? Mahirap to kasi faculty members as well. In terms of preparing the lessons, you need to make sure that it's very, parang direct to the point, it's very clear. Kasi, di ba, pag sa classroom, magtanong ka lang ng, bring 1/4 sheet of paper, bring out 1 sheet of paper. 1 sheet of paper, di ba, kakasabi mo pa nga lang, face-to-face yun, hindi ba? Face-to-face yun. Pero, may mga miscommunication. So, I guess, one of the things that you need to prepare is to prepare your content, make sure that the content are accessible to your students, and to make your instructions very, very clear. Especially if you're migrating to an asynchronous learning, yung hindi immediate yung feedback, hindi immediate yung masasagot. So baka yun yung pwede nating gawin. Hindi nyo kailangan mag-veer away from the typical face-to-face way of preparing. Yun pa rin naman siya. But I guess, as a faculty member, you need to be very, you need to learn how technology works, no? Kasi like, for example, ako, feeling ko techie na nga ako ganyan, kasi may mga pa-sound effects kami, ganyan. Pero sometimes, may mga bagay na hindi mo pa rin naman alam. And that would help. No, that would help. So, para malaman mo pa yung ibang how you can prepare for your lessons, manood ka ng aming season 1 na mga lessons at webisodes, like and click at tignan ninyo yung mga, yung mga social media accounts namin to get more information about it.
Yeah. And these are free. So.
Yes, these are free.
Pero walang certificates.
Pero walang certificates. Yun lang. Mahirap siya. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Ay, medyo mahaba. Natakpan na yung mukha ko.
Teaching psychology sometimes needs you to dig in students' experiences and perceptions about a particular topic. We always encourage them to share their ideas and thoughts to have more informative and experiential discussion. So, how blended and online distance learning modalities address these kinds of learning activities?
Okay. So, experiential kasi, no, medyo mahirap siya talaga. Pero I guess in terms of kung perceptions about a particular topic, you can actually, I would recommend to use discussion forum.
Yes.
No? Kasi yun yung parang way na makikita mo kung una, naintindihan ba niya yung konsepto at hindi lang opinion siya kasi based siya dun sa nabasa niya. So, you need to, let's say, ask the question in a manner na hindi siya asking for an opinion.
Yes.
Para, kunwari, Professor X mentioned something like that. Why would you, if you were to present this concept, how would you present it? So, discuss it, pwedeng ganon. Yung experiential, yun yung medyo difficult, no? Perhaps, in psychology, hindi naman siya masyadong, medyo challenging. I think mas challenging siya for some courses that need certain competencies. Kunwari, yung mga naririnig ko from our school, kunwari nursing, paano mo nga naman siya, di ba, paano siya matututo how to take blood pressure. Pero, hindi naman ibig sabihin, hindi ka pwede mag-blood pressure kasi may mga kasama siguro sa bahay. So, kailangan mo lang siyang tignan in a different setting.
Like for example, no, I'm about to teach group dynamics, it's group behavior. So usually kapag normal or traditional setting, talagang nag-group interaction kami sa classroom or outside the classroom. So I have to now rethink the way I am going to frame the course, especially in specific topics such as conformity, for instance. So paano mo ituturo yan, no? Social interactions. So it does not necessarily have to be within the class. They can actually do observations in their own community and provide feedback or do some form of observational analysis. So it's parang kailangan lang nating i-shift yung ating paradigm. Hindi kailangan kasi wala na tayong choice. We need really to have to make sure na we also have the set the bar high naman in terms of quality. It doesn't mean na nag-shift tayo, okay, kasi ito lang parang ganon. But we also have, as teachers, parang we're also morally obligated to deliver the right lessons the right way. Yan.
Yes. Okay. Sige.
Ano
Let's
pa?
go to our, meron pa ba? May questions pa tayo.
Yan. From Ray Marksky ulit. Do we also have some revisions on our course outcomes that fit on online and distance learning quality, like some learning outcomes that need to practice, like field studies? Yes, definitely. I think so. Yeah. Baguhin talaga. That's what we did in UP, no? I think nung kinat yung term, yung school, yung semester, we need to reconfigure, yun yung term, reconfigure our course outline or syllabus to accommodate the new normal. So, grade components, yung outcomes, at saka yung outputs, you really need to revise that. I don't know if you have a departmentalized thing in terms of particular subjects in psychology, pero kasi in UP we have a freedom to do that for as long as it's of course acceptable sa students. And before we had to reconfigure the course requirements and the course outputs and the course grade components, we had to consult our students. Okay ba sa inyo to? Yung 20% ko, ilalagay ko dito sa ganito kasi hindi na tayo, wala na tayong attendance. So paano ko i-measure yan? So I had to solicit the opinions of the students, and then we set the reconfigure, the new one, and also revise the course outputs or yung objectives mo, kailangan mong i-tweak ng konti. And of course, with the approval of your department or division, baka hindi kayo ganun ka free, no, to make those changes. Yeah.
Right. So I guess, kasi yun nga yung ina-espouse din naman ni Ched, no? Flexible learning. So, you need to be flexible. Siguro sa akin, ano yung mga non-negotiables? And I think that's what we will be discussing. What are the non-negotiable concepts that you need to, na dapat matutunan ng mga bata sa ikling to o sa panahon na to? For example, we will be having, mamaya ko na ipa-plug, pero kunwari, how do you teach board exam subjects? Na normally, di ba, ang laki nung time mo to prepare, pero ngayon, hindi yun yung normal So, paano mo ngayon i-adjust or i-reconfigure yung concepts that you want your students to learn? What are the outcomes that are expected for them at the end of your particular course? No? So, hindi naman ibig sabihin na binababa mo yung standards. It's just that you're tweaking what would be the measurables for your particular syllabus or in your curriculum. So tama si Moniq, no? Usap kayo ng faculty, usap kayo ng program. Lalo na kung magsisimula pa lang naman yung SEM. Ano yung mga non-negotiables niyo? Ano yung mga hindi niyo pwedeng i-ilat? Sige.
Also, it's also, kasi, Ma'am Ver, merong mga classroom, baka malaki yung number, like 50. So parang paano kayo magka-class discussion? Yung gano'n, yung mga realities, no? You can actually group them according to their accessibility. So, like for example, 20 yung merong good yung bandwidth. So, ito yung mode mo of delivery or mode of discussion. And then another 20 would be, okay, pang messenger lang kami. So, how do we do it? So, ganon. So, it really is a trial and error thing. It's perfectly fine if medyo hindi perfect the first few months or first few weeks. Kasi we're all new to this. Truly. So we're all new to this, and it's a matter of learning with your students as well. Hindi naman ikaw yung vacuum ng parang egalitarian nga dapat, di ba? Yan.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question.
Sige. From Lisbeth.
Elizabeth. Okay, hello po. Pag blended learning po sa senior high, paano po yung sa immersion nila? Ayun. Ito yung problema, di ba? Yung one of the first few problems natin, yung parang, yung OJT ba? Di ba? Usually, during the mid-summer, mag-OJT yung mga bata. Based on experience, madam. Ano kaya?
Ako ba? Sige.
Yeah.
Sa amin kasi sa school, pinaka-cancel kasi nga physical distancing. No? I think the primary concern of the school would always be the safety of your students. Kasi mabilis siyang kumalat kasi ang dami nila. And the difficulty with internship, OJT, practicum, mga ganyan, mahirap mag-trace. No? Wala naman tayong mga contact tracing na readily available. So, I guess yun yung medyo difficult doon. What we did was we actually recalled our students. In a way, medyo hindrance siya kasi, sige, bigyan ko lang kayo ng context. So, sa amin kasi, ang OJT, binibigay siya ng 4th year, senior year, and the 2nd sem. So, technically, pag-graduate na talaga sila.
Yeah.
So, by the time na nag-cancel, that was magmi-midterms pa lang kami, may certain level of, parang may grades na yung mga bata eh. So, hindi na medyo mahirap hanapan ng grade yung mga students. And, of course, there were, clamor for mass promotion and stuff. However, for this summer or intersession for some schools, hindi namin pinayagan kasi, number one, napaka-difficult noon na i-open yun kasi hindi natin ma-assure. For example, we're monitoring the level of the community quarantine by the week. No? So,
yes.
ang hirap naman na pagbabayarin mo si student tapos hindi niya alam kung ano yung gagawin niya. Again, the primary concern would be your students. So, from what I know, I don't know if from people from Ateneo are here, pinayagan nila yon pero home-based.
Yeah.
Yung kanilang, so papayagan kang mag-practicum, papayagan kang pero kailangan home-based. So ako yun yung sigurong isa sa mga pwede yung gawin. I'm not sure about senior high school. Ano ba yung immersion? Anong ginagawa ba doon?
Merong immersion kasi parang community development something. Merong ganun sa senior high. Pero it really depends on the decision of the administration. Kasi sila yung nagsiset ng, di ba, kailan babalik, paano yung specifications na kailangan gawin.
Sorry, pero di ba senior high school, below 20 years old to? Tama ba?
Yeah.
So they cannot. They cannot leave during
ECQ.
GCQ.
GCQ rin.
Diba, GCQ, ang pwede lang from 20 years old to 59 years old.
Yes.
Oo.
Yes.
So, kung senior high school yan, don't worry, walang immersion. Hindi sila pwedeng umalis. So, siguro yung tanong lang niya, paano niya gagawin yan for blended learning?
I think it really needs to boil down to the reality ng inyong community, kapag ano yung allowed, ano yung hindi allowed, at saka call pa rin yun ng administration. Pero as a faculty, I think you need also to voice out your concerns, and kailangan din yung insights mo on what they can do in terms of immersion. Kasi pag immersion, kailangan ka nandyan sa community. But you can tweak it in a way na immersion can be, it can be online, it can be virtual, it can be within your own community, and you don't need to go out. Like sa kabilang barangay or sa kabilang sitio or whatever, no? So again, it boils down on how are you going to tweak your course outcomes and outputs.
Sige. May nag-comment lang about their institutions yung suggestion nila is to engage in telecounseling.
Yeah.
Ano lang, okay naman yon, but I guess meron tayong mga protocols na sinusunod. You can read on the APA, I think APA release.
Yeah, APA released guidelines, no? Kung what to do and what not to do, ano yung mga risks, no? Kasi hindi naman trained counselors technically. Yes. So we just caution on that kasi merong mga protocols and guidelines to be followed by a professional organization sana. Yeah.
So ano yung mga psychological services? I think nilagay yata nila yon doon sa guidelines. PAP ba released? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I think may general lang na
I think may general. You can go to the PAP website. Saan yung PAP website? Yan. Okay. And
nagulat ako nawala ako. Okay. So, ayun. Ano nga ba yung sinasabi ko? So, ayun. So, yeah.
Okay.
Siguro,
yeah. Just certain realities, no? Kasi merong mga estudyante talaga na hindi, kahit signal wala. No, so I think the school needs to do a pre-survey. I don't know if yung school ninyo ay merong ganong tawag nito step, no, towards the new normal, and hopefully meron, no, and if you can suggest to your administrators or the management on how to do this, kasi we cannot dive into something na sabi ganito, I'm gonna create my course na ganito without the knowledge or the idea kung ano yung capacities ng estudyante. In terms, there might be an expectation even, no, to na baka maglo-lower yung enrollment kasi they would just simply forgo this semester and opt to enroll next sem. Some students may, or parents may even decide to do that. So yon. So it really needs to, as a student, as faculty, kailangan nyo na talagang to have a dialogue or look at how your administration or your school administration will be able to lay out their plans and make sure that your division or your department will be able to also have some inputs. Kasi kayo ang nakakaalam ng profile ng estudyante nyo. Kayo nakakaalam kung ano yung kailangang standard na isiset nyo, no, as psychology major or in your schools, no, for your students. Yon. Ano pa? Is there a next question? Merong question. Oh, yan. One of the hardest topics to discuss online is psychological statistics. I agree. True, no? But, kasi we already have this notion, gaya ko, na statistics is difficult, but actually, if you look at your classroom setting and teaching statistics, maraming exercises, right? Maraming activities and worksheets, and some even done in group work or individually. And there's not much difference, no, in terms of how to deliver this. Again, it boils down on how the teacher will be able to translate it virtually, whether it's in an online discussion or a video conference or kahit through email, no? Gaano ka clear mag-deliver ng concepts and ng principles, no, of psychological statistics. But rest assured that we will have a webinar on that. We will promote that, and hopefully how to teach psychological statistics in this new normal. You will also watch and share. I think that will be on June 19, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's June 19. We have a series of webinars for you guys so that you can learn from it, para you can at least start tweaking your core syllabus, and even your pedagogical strategies, no? This is why we're doing this early on, no? Medyo nag-shock and awe tayo sa mga teachers kasi we understand that this webinar series will help you prepare. Kasi we cannot give this webinar series sa September pa. So, kailangan ngayon na, right, Madam?
Yes. Hindi ako nakikinig. Ikaw-usap akong iba. Sige. So, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nagtanong.
Yes.
Ng mga nag-participate for our webinar.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the time that we have. Dahil yun na lang yung...
Don't go yet kasi we still have to promote.
Ang daming Hindi. Yeah. So, tignan lang muna natin. So again, just follow our social media platforms. You can follow us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook, obviously. And then, just to give you an update, siguro, Moniq will be showing some of the stuff here for our web series. So this is our pilot, her first episode. Sige. So ano ba yung mga dapat nilang abangan, Moniq, for this one?
Yeah, we are for our first season. Yeah, may first season tayo. Yan, season 1 webisodes on June 2. Ayan, may palakpakan pa. On June 2, that's Tuesday, same time, 2 to 4 p.m. This will be teaching IO psychology during COVID-19, online and onwards. We have Dr. Ilak, we have Dr. Karingal, Dombos. These are from the IO division naman, psychology division ng PAP. And after that, we have June 4, same time, that's Thursday, 2 to 4 p.m. This is research mentoring naman, a webinar for thesis advisors. Ayun, share sa mga colleagues nyo na magtuturo ng thesis next sem. No? This will be, of course, facilitated by Dr. Alan Bernardo, spearheaded by the Research in Psychology SIG, the new SIG of PAP. And then you have June 11, that's Thursday, same time again, 2 to 4 p.m. How to teach virtually psychological statistics. Ayun, June 11 pala, by Professor Arvin Boller of Ateneo de Manila University. Again, spearheaded by the Research in Psychology SIG. Yay!
Wait, meron pa.
Ay, meron pa. O, ikaw na.
Yeah. Mahaba to. Ikaw na, go.
Okay. So, yung season 1 also includes June 15. That's a Monday, 2 to 4 p.m. Same time. LGBT Psychology naman by Professor Beatrice Torre of UP Diliman. LGBT Psychology SIG, yay! And then come June 17, same time again, that's a Wednesday, how to teach Psikolohiyang Pilipino. That's very, very good, no? By Professor Jay Yakat of UP Diliman. Of course, spearheaded by the Pambansang Samahan ng Psikolohiyang Pilipino. And June 19, 2 to 4 p.m., we have Field Methods. That's a Friday by Dr. Mira Ofreneo, spearheaded by Research in Psychology SIG. And on the 26th of June, 2 to 4 p.m., that's a Friday, Developmental Psychology naman by Professor Moreno Javier and Professor Ochoa by the Developmental Psychology Division. Yay!
Yay!
O, diba? Marami na silang naka-schedule. So, busy kayo this June, teachers.
Yes. Okay. So, again, thank you, everyone. That's all the time that we have. We hope that you can join us again in our next episodes. We'll try to still answer some of the questions, but if you have some questions, just send it in the link below. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Stay safe. Bye.